think we're making it out of here. So it's peak foliage time in North and South Carolina. My brother's in town with my sister-in-law and my nephew and niece. So we came over to Cataloochee, I think I'm pronouncing that right, Cataloochee, North Carolina. Now, one of the reasons why we wanted to come here is because it's known for its elk, but it's also home to this really old church. It's built in 1903, and it was also reconstructed in 1929. It is a really cool looking place, and I'm sure an interesting piece of history that a lot of people don't know about. So let's go check that out. Jenna, what do you think about all this?
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah? Nothing like this back in Florida, is there?
No, I mean there's a bunch of leaves in Florida.
Yeah, really not even a lot like this in South Carolina. It was a crazy drive up. I mean, the scariest drive I've ever experienced in the mountains before. It's got to be one of the most dangerous roads I've ever been on in my entire life.
Did you even talk to that guy on the top of the mountain?
No, we had stopped on the mountain at the highest peak. I think it was like 4,500 feet. Yeah, the elevation was like 4,500 feet. We stopped, and there was a local there, and he talked to my brother and my sister-in-law and was just telling them all sorts of stuff, and I had missed out because I was trying to change Kylan's diaper. Apparently he was a really interesting character. Hopefully, if we can run back into him again, I'll see if he's willing to be in my video. Word is that we just found fresh bear scat. So we're gonna go check this out. I've never seen a bear in the wild before, except for one time coming home from Rossman, I saw a black bear, a small black bear. But let's go check this. Let's go check this out and see if it's legit bear scat.
It's very fresh.
It's still wet. It's just now dropping it. It's just now starting to fall.
How do we know that's bear scat?
Well,
it's too big.
Well, your elk and your stuff, you're gonna have like pellets, like deer pellets, you know.
All right.
But this is thicker now.
Well, James how it's got all these furry looking crap in it, like all the other bear crap I may have seen on TV. Not getting out.
But what about these? Are these tracks? You see where it's like kind of rooted up right here?
It's rooted up all back there?
Look right there. I bet if you move the leaves, you could see a print.
He's here somewhere close.
Well, we probably need to head
This way.
back the other way. All right.
Hey, did you hear it? I heard something.
I'm suspecting that this is the old school road.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
That this is the original road. That's why the church faces the creek. Because this was the road.
What do you think this is?
A bear print. You can't really see it well, but pretty dang sure that's bear print. I can definitely tell you that's deer, elk, and bear. Yeah. And there's the bear right there.
So what you think, Jenna? You prefer Florida or North Carolina?
North Carolina.
All right, what
I like it all.
Do you prefer North Carolina over South Carolina?
I think I like this.
Because they have bigger mountains, right?
Yeah.
Jake, if you had to guess, how far away do you think the bear was?
Probably all the way up there.
All the way up there. We are at the Beech Grove Schoolhouse, built in 1903. So also about 118 years old. And I'm almost there. It's right there, but I'm of course waiting on McKenna to pick up more rocks. You got another rock? Can you show everybody the rock? Yeah. I don't really have a lot of facts on these places that we're visiting right now. I don't really know anything about the history or like why they were built here and things like that, like, you know, what brought people to this area. What makes this interesting is that these establishments are obviously old and abandoned, and they're just kind of out in the middle of the woods in the mountains. Before I go inside, my brother was also telling me there's a cemetery around here. The time period where people were laid to rest there were the 1800s to the 19th century, so we're going to try to find that. I'm done talking. Let's go inside and check this place out. Yeah, so what makes this so interesting, you know, like I said earlier, I don't have a lot of facts. I don't know a lot of the history and what brought people to this area out in the middle of North Carolina, or the North Carolina mountains in the middle of nowhere. But what's interesting about it, obviously, is that it's abandoned, and to also just think about the history that was here, the people that lived here, what they did, how they lived. So we're off now. We're gonna see if we can go find that cemetery, all right? So we'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so tell me that doesn't look like the creepiest house that was built in 1903. Pretty sure it holds the record. This place is creepy looking.
Stop here. It's right there, McKenna. Here, Bubba's got it. There it goes. Mama, upstairs. Come upstairs.
Hiram and Elizabeth Caldwell. That's who owned this house. And it looks like a dreaded place, to be honest with you. One of the things that we found out about the house is that they would rent rooms out to hunters. That's really interesting. I mean, you know, I don't know what things were like back in the early 1900s, the early 20th century, but I just couldn't imagine there were very many passerbys, even hunters. We had to make a quick change of plans. Elk were spotted, so we're gonna go see the elk. Baby. We did spot elk. There's a whole herd sitting up under a tree. Now, it might be a little difficult to see with this camera, but I'm gonna try my best to get them. All right, so let's go check this out.
Brett, there's a pile of them. You see the elk standing there?
I wish they'd done it. Can you see them?
You see them?
We had to get back in the car and relocate to see the elk. The camera just would not pick them up, but they were sitting up under a tree, and there were a couple that were grazing out in the field. My sister-in-law signaling, telling me that she sees something, but I don't see anything. Okay, we got one that's real close. Okay, look, there's an elk. Look. Really is an incredible sight. Last time I was in Maggie Valley, we were driving, just driving along. I think we're actually close to Cherokee, and we came across a herd of elk, and it was just the coolest thing ever, and I haven't seen elk since. So you can hear me. There's a whole entire field of these things. They're all over. Since they see people so frequently, they're not skittish. They're just kind of sitting there watching us watch them. So you got two more over here. So these will be I mean, they're just all over the place. It really is amazing. Okay, so it looks like they're about to cross. Okay, so here they come. All right. They are. They're crossing. You can see that one right there. There he goes. He's in the water. Cool. All right, so we're gonna go down by the creek and see if we can get a better shot. All right, so you said you see some elk out there?
Yeah, they're right there. Right to the...
So there's some more elk. There's some more elk here.
Are you able to zoom? It's like straight right in front of it.
So this place is just loaded with elk. Now Blake was saying that buck that I saw earlier was actually a small buck, and that thing to me looked
It's
massive.
actually, when you're talking elk, it's a bull. More Cheez-Its? Okay, baby. Let's make sure we get that in there. Uncle Blake's been doing this the whole ride.
Do you know if those things will attack you or not?
These out here seem to be pretty domesticated, but yeah, I imagine.
That one had locked eyes. I didn't lock eyes with it. It locked eyes with me. I felt threatened, so I backed the heck off real quick. I definitely didn't want it to charge at me because my survival instincts would not have kicked in, and I would surely have been trampled.
Look, dude, this is amazing. Look.
All right,
There's the bull. There's the bull.
let's go see if we can catch them. Get the Cheez-Its. Here's the deal. The cemetery is just right up this hill. That's where it's at. But we can't get up there because the elk have actually trailed out that way. Check this out. They're really close. There's 3 cows. Actually, there's 2 cows and a bull. They're crossing right over the trail that we have to take. They're right there. And they're a lot closer than they look. Unfortunately, with that being the case, we can't walk up that trail when they're on it. It's way too dangerous. So we're not gonna be able to see the cemetery today, but maybe we'll come back some other time and check it out. It's only about a 2-hour drive from my house, so not bad. That's it for us from Cataloochee, North Carolina. We'll see you guys in the next one.